kids tend to be. That's why, like, people say that kids tend to experience supernatural ghost type things more because they're more open to it.
About that. Do you remember our old house in Apollo Beach?
Yes.
When my oldest was about 3 years old and would tell me consistently about the shadow. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? He was having experiences with something. And, like, I would be in his room with him, like, playing with him. And he would look above my shoulder and say, like, look angry or, like, annoyed. And be like, come on, Dad, let's get out of here. The shadow's here.
Dude, no.
And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? And my sister-in-law stayed in that room, and she felt fucked up in that room. Like, anyone that spent the night in that room felt fucked up. And, like, we ended up switching his room to the other room.
I was going to say, I would have totally pulled him out of that room.
Well, and then I told you, too, like, something actually happened to me.
You gave me chills with that, dude. I don't like that stuff, man.
Well, are they multiplying?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, what?
Is it something about that chair? Like, now that you guys have changed seats, it's going to be you
They're
now?
multiplying. It's electrifying. Did I do that right?
I don't know.
Is that from Greece?
Yes.
Wow.
But then
I'm mad at myself for knowing that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It was a good movie.
Fuck you.
Really?
Fuck you.
That's because you were a greaser once for Halloween. That's why you like that.
I like that movie.
Yeah, whatever.
Who gives a fuck?
Fuck that movie.
I wasn't a fan. Jeez. Here comes that aggressiveness back. Forget about this day off a week. He's angry. I liked Grease 2 better than the first one, personally. But I'm not a John Travolta fan either.
Not a fan of Scientology.
That either. I don't really know anything about it, but I did watch his really bad sci-fi movie, though, back when he was...
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, that was a terrible movie. So bad. Really bad. Anyway, off track.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, in that house, my personal experience was I was asleep one night, and this was during the alien days, you know, for anyone that's been listening. This was in the hotbed of the alien, like where I was restricted from watching the fucking movie and all that. I was asleep and woke up out of a dead sleep. I was sleeping on my stomach, so my feet were, the bottoms of my feet were facing up, and I woke up out of a dead sleep to somebody smacking my foot, like just, like hard enough to wake me up. And then I jumped up, not jumped up, but like I sat up and looked around and no one was there. Dog didn't walk by and hit me with his tail, or like there was no one there.
Did your foot? Like if you were to hit your hands really hard, like clap your hands really hard, after doing it, you'd feel it. Like there'd be that residual.
I don't remember that.
You remember there being like that residual feeling?
No, I don't remember that specific. But I mean, I remember getting hit, and then I sat up and I was like sitting in bed, kind of like looking around and like dumbfounded almost. And the way that house was laid out was like when our door in our bedroom was open, you could look through the kitchen and look through the whole house. And
right.
Like, you basically had a view from, one end to the other. And right when that was happening, I could see through the kitchen, that Logan was walking, from his room to our room and got into bed with me. And like, he was freaked out, like something had happened to him at the exact same time.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, what the fuck,
man? Oh, man.
And then...
How did you live there as long as you did?
Well, it was only a year, but
that's longer than I would have lived there.
Well, after we had left, come to find out, like you said, we thought that somebody had died in that house. The people that were renting it to us. Right. One relative of theirs or something that was living there, it was their house. We thought that they had died in the house. So not to say that that's, connected, but if you want to take some liberties and connect some dots, it makes sense.